Hello and welcome to Inside Westwood. I'm your host, John Cummings, and I'm coming to you from the studio at the Westwood Media Center. Inside Westwood is designed to update the Westwood community about what's going on, what just happened, or what's coming up. Recently, a new committee was formed called the Open Space and Recreational Planning Committee, or OSRP. The purpose of forming this committee is to update the town's original OSRP plan for approval of the Massachusetts Division of Conservation Services. An updated OSRP will serve two primary purposes. It will provide a document to guide future town decisions pertaining to open space and recreation, and it will help the town gain eligibility for grants that can be used to purchase open space and develop recreational facilities. Mike Gay sat down with me to discuss the first two meetings of the committee and what the committee should expect in the future. Hey Mike, how are you? Thank you very much for coming down. I know you're really busy. You're on a number of different committees, and the newest one right now is the OSRP committee. Could you tell us how come they started up the OSRP and what the plan is?
Yeah, so John, like yourself, involved in a number of committees in town. The Open Space and Recreation Planning Committee was reestablished middle of last year, and the primary goal was to effectively rewrite our OSRP plan for the town. It's a critical step that will then help in creating our overall plan for the town. And it's also important because we want to qualify for federal and state grants, and we need an up-to-date OSRP plan. So the latest OSRP plan was in year 2000. There was an attempt in 2010 to rewrite this plan, but it fell short. Nora Loughnane created this committee. There are a number of different individuals from the different groups within town. There's a few of the youth sports programs represented, and that was where I was invited to the committee. There are a number of other groups within town as well. So it's a really strong mix of individuals, and they always say if you want something done, ask a busy person. I look around that table and I don't know how these people find the time.
That's a fantastic table.
Yeah, it sure is. Lots of knowledge in Westwood.
So let me ask you, when it comes to this committee, do you, aside from people coming from all the different boards and committee members, do you take input from the public?
We do. In fact, that's one of the reasons we're here talking with you today.
Oh, that's nice. What a cue.
Nice segue. So there were a couple of things that we were doing with respect to public feedback. One was a survey that was sent out by the town in November, and it went through early December. And that survey was responded to by about 621 residents.
Oh, that's a great response.
It was a phenomenal turnout. And there were a series of questions that talked about, again, open space, fields and parks, playgrounds, et cetera. But also recreation facilities, even internal. So we say the Open Space and Recreation Committee, a lot of people think that that's just outdoors, but it's also indoor facilities. Gyms, basketball, hockey, et cetera. Yeah. And so, in the 2000 plan, I think the town really took it more as an outside and outdoor plan. So a lot of the goals really were reflective of more of the open space and the
like
recreation.
The new soccer fields that they built up at the Thurston Middle School.
Exactly. Right. Yep. Exactly. So again, the reason we're here is the second piece of that is basically a community workshop envisioning session. That date, and this is really important for everybody watching, is February 1st. It's going to be at Thurston Middle School in the cafeteria. It'll be a workshop setting, so there'll be moderators and myself as one of the committee members will be managing one of the tables, and we'll have as many tables as necessary. So we really hope that people get out to voice their opinions. The feedback that we got from the surveys as well as the workshop will help us form ultimately the proposed plan for the town. So we're working with a consultant that's doing a great job, J.M. Goldson, and they're going to help lead that night on the 1st.
Nice. So if people miss let's say they're too busy before the holidays, this is their last opportunity to come in person and talk to the committee that's forming the OSRP.
Yep, it sure is. And I think it's also really important to understand, again, I mentioned that I was invited to this committee because of my youth sports involvement. When I got involved in the committee, I realized everything is critical to myself and my family. The open space, there's fascinating topics that we're discussing. Really important to the town and to the viability of...
Do you want to share any of those with us? Or?
Well, you know what, actually, what we want people to come to the workshop with somewhat of an open mind. What I'll say though is that if you come thinking that you just, you've got a child in the elementary school, or you're really focused on the recreation side of things, try to stay for the whole event. We're going to break it out into two halves. We will be doing the recreation discussion to start, and then followed by some of the open space discussions. But it's really important to try to get a sitter or figure out a way to be there for the whole night, because again, even if you think that you're fairly focused on one area, it's really important to the town that you give your input across the board.
Well, thank you very much. And then once again, that's on February 1st?
It is. February 1st, we're going to have registration will open at 6:45, so you can pre-register as well, and you can go to the town site, and we'll put it up on the screen here to pre-register. That helps the group kind of understand and plan. We're going to have some refreshments and those kind of things. If you pre-register, you'll have a name tag waiting for you. If you don't, we'll give you one at the night of the event. Well,
that's fantastic. Good luck, and thank you very much for doing all that you do.
Thank you very much. We'll see you around.
Make sure to attend the OSRP Visioning session on Thursday, February 1st at 7 p.m. at the Thurston Middle School cafeteria. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside Westwood. Be sure and check out our interactive community calendar on our homepage at westwoodmediacenter.tv. The link for the calendar is at the top. All you have to do is click the tab and you're there. Thank you and Godspeed.